How are ya? Welcome to another edition of the Common Freakin' Sense Network. It is so good to have you with us, and I will be your host this evening, as I have been for the past while, and I am Eric Hambrock, and also with us this evening will also be working with me by my side, producing the show and correcting all of my mistakes is Kay. Everybody say hi to Kay.
Hey, y'all, guys. I'd like to know, do you want to know the mistakes of just this past 5 seconds?
I've made mistakes already?
I don't know. You're just confusing to me, so let's keep it rolling.
Okay. It's like, what mistakes have I made?
I
All right, that's what I thought. I'm still perfect. I'm good. I like that. Yeah, I am. So welcome everybody, and hey, we've had our first 70-degree day here in the state of Wisconsin. The birds were singing, and it wasn't just a 70-degree day of days. I mean, it was 70-degree blue sky, no clouds.
It was gorgeous.
And we rolled just a little bit over 70 degrees, and so yes, awesome. So had to be loving that. I hope the birds are singing. The sky is blue where you are. No, not the sky is falling, but that the sky is blue where you are. And just some great things going on.
Yeah.
You know what I realized has happened in the past 2 weeks?
What?
I realized, actually, it's a little bit more than 2 weeks, but just today I've had a revelation that the baseball season started, Major League Baseball,
yeah,
and
I saw
and I was
game.
totally unaware of it.
You were ignorantly, and you were
I totally unaware of it, and the sky didn't fall. The birds kept on singing. I mean, that's major for me. It's major for anybody that's from Cincinnati, because Cincinnati, the original Major League Baseball team, the first one professional team in Major League Baseball, the team that is honored with starting off the baseball season, the town shuts down every opening day. There is an opening day parade. It is a citywide holiday in Cincinnati when baseball starts. So I've always grown up with that. I've always known when opening day is going to be. I've seen more than 2 handful shares of my opening day parades. I have tasted Skyline and Pepsi on opening day.
I was gonna say I tasted it in the air from all the people belching it. Like,
it could be.
It is its own culture.
Yeah. Some people would argue with me and say Gold Star, but it doesn't matter. Either one says Cincinnati. And then there are those people who would say Camp Washington chili, but that's
we won't name those.
No, we won't. So yeah, I've done all of that. That is like ingrained in me. I've always known when it is. Always try to listen. Always try to be a part of it. Yeah. It's just part of my childhood. Part of everything else like that. And it came. It went. And
You're fine?
I was on. Well, I'm fine. I didn't realize I could be that way.
You fine? You fine?
I just didn't realize that I could be that way.
It's crazy.
Yeah. So that has happened. I was just
wow.
Blew my mind that you were quoting to me baseball scores, and I'm like, wait a minute.
We were already that deep because.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Was the Mariners are at 10 game loss, and what was the statistic?
10-game loss. I thought you just said they just beat the Reds.
No, they're beat current. Oh, the Reds are 2-5 of the Mariners, but they're 6-10. Reds are at 9-6. Yeah.
I'm not. What are you quoting?
Win-loss ratio.
Oh, their record is 9-6. Okay, 9-6. That's
Sorry,
how you say that.
I was saying 2, wasn't I? Oops,
yeah.
My bad.
9-6 is their record.
Yes.
Yeah. So they got a winning record going on right now. That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. And then the second thing is
second.
There's 2 things.
Oh, I didn't hear
that I for longest time in my life, I eat, sleep, drink, bleed NCAA basketball. And I just realized, within a day of realizing that I didn't know baseball had started, I just realized that the national championship was played, and I didn't even notice.
And that is for you.
And the sun,
that's crazy
and
for you.
the sun still came up. And if any of you know, I'm a WIAA, Wisconsin Inter-Athletic Association. That's what WIAA stands for. Basically, I'm a high school basketball official.
Yeah.
And do
That's
about all levels. But a good game is good when you get to do the good talent and it rolls out. That's great. Anyway,
you can always tell because he does boys and girls at the high school level down to middle school.
Yeah,
you can always tell when it's a girls' game versus a boys' game.
Oh yeah. You've heard my definition of middle school girls basketball, right?
Yeah, it is.
Can you repeat it? What's the definition of middle school girls basketball?
It's
one girl with a
one
ball.
girl with a ball and 9 others are
being chased by 9 others. Yeah,
yes.
That's true.
You're not wrong. It doesn't quite change.
It changes a lot. They just fall down more.
It's more dramatic.
Yes, the older you get, they fall down more and they cry harder. So it's that's girls basketball.
Okay. Anyway, moving
right on. But the point is that the NCAAs came by because I was tracking the tournament.
Yeah.
In the early stages. My school, UC, University of Cincinnati, didn't make it.
Yeah.
And UK got beat in the first round, and I was like satisfied.
I was okay.
I mean, my team was out, and UK got beat. I mean, my two favorite teams in all of basketball is UC and whoever's playing UK. And
and
UK,
winning.
Well, yeah, but I root for that team. And UK got beat, and it's like, wow. And so I just kind of lost. I just kind of lost interest.
Oh, that's
who did win?
UConn.
Is that what you're looking at?
Yeah.
UConn men's basketball won. Who did they play?
Purdue. Yeah.
Oh my goodness, Big East beat the Big Ten. Woo.
I would say that is the only thing Mom could remember. Well, Purdue got beat. That's
that's right. That's right. I asked her if she even knew, and she's like, "Well, Purdue got beat." And I said,
"Okay, that doesn't tell me who won."
And she's like, "Well, I told you who won. Purdue got beat." I'm like, "Yeah, that just says who got beat. It didn't tell me who won. I need to know the other team." So anyway, that those two things, I just had a revelation within the past 2 days that I didn't know.
That's
and
crazy.
The sun came up, the sky was still blue, and the coffee was really good this morning.
That's good. Good.
Wow, it was just amazing
Life
that
goes
my
on.
life was just that complete without it. I've never known that before. That is just news. So
you keep milking this.
Do we need to move on?
I think we can.
Oh, okay,
I think we
all
can
right.
Move on.
So anyway, but that's two revelations that happened this week. Do you know how
Nice.
many other guys that are out there that are like me?
I was gonna say are either learning it or still need to learn.
That because UK got beat, the sun did not come up the next day. There are other guys out there that
some tires got slashed.
Yeah,
or some
just all that kind of stuff. Yeah,
I feel honestly,
absolutely. But for others that like big boy basketball, which I hate big boy basketball, we're talking about the NBA now. It's still playing, and it will.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, it will go on until June. The NBA championships
they're in June. Okay.
Aren't until June.
Why?
Yeah. So.
Oh wait, don't they take a break? Which one of the sports takes a break before they come back to the championship?
Oh, don't
know.
They all
Don't
play
care?
straight. No,
Oh, they
don't
do?
know. Don't care.
Oh, then maybe I'm getting something.
So
mixed up.
so big boy basketball is still going on. That's where you get 7-foot giants, and they can take 5 steps to go to the basket, and all they do is dunk the ball. So, when it comes to really basketball talent, it leaves.
Stay at the college level.
It leaves. Yeah, it leaves. I mean, college travels all the time too. They don't call traveling anymore to what it is written in the rule books.
Crazy.
At least the pros change the rules to match what they do.
Did?
Right.
I didn't hear
Right.
about
That's
that.
one of
They
the
did?
things.
When did they do that? Long time ago, I guess?
20, 25 years ago.
Oh, older than me. Wonderful.
Yeah, you're in pro basketball, you're allowed to take 2 steps to go to the basket. And for those of you who are wondering, if you want to know, in the high school books, it is written that you are only allowed to take one step after your last dribble. You can raise your foot, but you cannot return to it. That would be a second step.
This.
And so that's the way that it's written in our high school federation book.
Yeah.
Actually, it's not anymore.
No,
they've actually taken the definition out of the book so that people can't find it.
Seriously?
Yeah, that way you don't have anything.
You keep all of your books from past years.
I do.
So
I got quite a few of them around here in the office.
Right.
And,
for the fun of it, I just opened the book one night after the game when I was going through it. I cannot tell you how many coaches that you have had to either threaten to throw out or to sit in their place because it's traveling. Why are you calling traveling? Because it's in the rule book, coach. Because.
One step after your last dribble.
And there's been a couple of actual players on the team go, Coach, sit down. That is a rule in the rule book. They travel. Don't get thrown out. You're supposed to be here for the team.
Right.
Not just complain about.
Right. And then I've been called an idiot because nobody else calls it, so why should I? Because I have integrity.
Rule, right.
It's the rule. Yeah, if nobody else is going to do it, I still am.
Yeah,
so
my best memory of going and playing under the bleachers of a random high school was suddenly.
She used to go to my games with me.
Yes. His reffing partner had a daughter around my age, and we used to go and hang out, and it was really fun. And all of a sudden, we were sitting there, and we ended up getting on our bellies. Of course, this is super, super dirty, and crawled all the way to the front.
Under the bleachers. Oh, my goodness.
All the way to the front. All the way to the front,
Yep,
where we could almost reach our hands out and tickle people's ankles. Creepily.
Oh, that would have been hilarious.
It would have. Anyway, and suddenly we're just talking, and suddenly I just go, "What? Why did the entire auditorium gym just go dead silent?" I just heard one guy, and I'm like, "Oh, that's my dad. Who's he telling off?" And so of course afterwards I'm just sitting down. I'm like, "Dad, why did it go dead silent?" Oh, I tried to threaten a coach about something.
Yeah.
He was yelling at me, and I put him in his place, and I'm just like, oh.
Yeah.
How many games in all have you actually had to throw somebody out of?
You hate it because we have to do extra paperwork.
Oh.
If we throw a coach out,
Not to mention,
then we have to file paperwork.
The
on
one
it.
kid that had to get taken off on a stretcher because he completely, I think, dislocated his ankle.
Ankle. He was on the floor for 45 minutes. It took that long to get an ambulance there. I've had another kid that fell down and split his chin open.
Yeah, I remember hearing about that one.
Yeah.
But how many people have you had to throw out?
In the game that the kid got his chin split open, we threw that coach out because the coach said, if that's not a foul, then throw me out of the game. Okay, you're gone. And he looked at us, me and my reffing partner, and he looked at us. He's like, "Are you serious?" I'm like,
"You called?
You're the one that said if that wasn't a foul, throw me out of the game. It wasn't a foul, so you're gone. Bye."
Okay.
And he quietly just walked off the court.
Fair,
I was
fair
like,
enough.
oh, okay,
You called my bluff and I lost. Okay,
I'm good.
So that's one.
Yeah, that was what. I've thrown out 5 in my 21-year career, 22 years
That's
career.
Not bad. I guess in 22 years of only throwing 5 people out, and were they all coaches or some of them parents?
No, when it comes to a parent, what you do is there's school officials at the game, and you just look at the school official and you point at the person.
Help.
And
deal with this.
You never say help. When you say help, that looks weak.
Yeah.
And so you never want to appear weak, whatever. You
show
want
the
to
authority
always
of
want to be
deal with
in
it.
control. And so, yeah, if a parent needs to go, it was the grandma that got me the one time. She had that voice that is like nails on the chalkboard.
Like she
Okay.
constantly needs to, I was gonna say like she needs to cough.
No, just that
just
high
that
pitch. She went out the nose and all that kind of stuff.
No.
And every time
Unfortunate.
every time we would come down the floor, she'd be like, travel, because we weren't calling travel, and her voice just got on my nerves. And she sat
It
on
grated.
it was bleachers, and she sat on the bench that was right above the floor, right
Okay,
where
yeah,
you wanted to
so-
be tickling people. And anyway,
Yeah.
that's where she sat. And every time we kept coming down, travel. Oh, I can still remember it. I can hear it.
Oh my word.
It was just on
Oh,
your nerves.
no.
And so finally, after she'd done it, I took the ball and I slammed it with two hands on the floor right in front of her. I was so frustrated with her, that voice. Oh. And I looked at her and I said, let me school you in the ways of the official. When I blow the whistle and I raise my hands and I do this motion, it will be a travel, and I will be sure to look at you and identify what a travel is. And I will teach you what those ways are if you don't know it. But until I do, you need to keep your mouth shut.
You okay?
Oh, I was upset.
I can't.
That voice was just going through me, and it's just and it doesn't matter. One time the ball went off of the side of the girl's foot and went out of bounds. Travel.
Is that
It's
all she knew how to
I guess
say?
that's all she knew.
Oh my word, that's crazy.
It kind of reminds me of that episode of Whose Line, and the people were supposed to make the noises and they were supposed to react to the noises.
Okay,
and
yeah.
all that one woman could do was, ooh.
Oh my gosh. I've actually seen a clip from that. Oh my word. That
If anybody,
you
go
okay?
find that. That is.
there's
it
a
is.
lot of great Whose
Ryan
Line
was
clips.
in it. I can't think of, probably Ryan and Colin.
Most likely it was. I think.
But
it was,
I know it was Ryan. And because he couldn't keep a straight face because the woman couldn't
Oh,
change sounds.
yeah.
She was just, ooh.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. You get
All
a
right.
great person to
All
play
right,
along.
enough of all
Enough
of
of
this. We're
that.
supposed to just say hello and greetings because we got a whole rest of the show that we got to get to.
Ooh.
Enough,
All right.
enough of that basketball.
Enough of this.
But
But
the sky has not fallen. The world has not caved in.
The birds
the
are
sun
still
rose.
singing.
The birds are still singing. The coffee was
delicious.
better than it had been, and life went on. I'm just amazed on how that worked. So anyway, we're getting ready to take a break. We're gonna talk some heavy stuff about what's happening over in the Middle East and a lot of those ramifications. And we're gonna look at it from a couple of different angles. We're gonna look at it from the geopolitical angle. We're gonna look at it from a biblical angle, and cover some of that.
Yeah.
So that's what's going to be on for today. So let's take this little break, and when we come back, we shall get fired up with that. And then when that section is over, we are going to have a section just for Kay. What do we call your little bit?
Things I saw on the internet.
All right. So we're going to talk Israel, Middle East, and then we're going to see the things that she saw on the internet, and we'll be right back.
Sinner, are you struggling with destructive sin? Does your heart take you to places you don't want to go? Are you doing things that makes your mama want to disown you? Then you need eternal assurance. Once you enter our insurance programs, we will find a plan that specifically fits your needs. Our owner has the ability to change all destructive behaviors from the inside out. Struggling with alcohol? No problem. Pornography? No problem. Habitual lying? No problem. There hasn't been an iniquity that hasn't been dissolved. Not only can eternal assurance change your desires and stop destructive behavior, but we can change your eternal destiny. Yes, all plans come with everlasting life at no extra charge. Start your policy today by reading John 3:16 and believe it. You can do it. We can help. That's Eternal Assurance's stance. are you in good hands?
All right. Wow.
I mean,
That's about as heavy as what we were about ready to.
I feel apropos though.
Yeah,
what we're going into.
I think that was apropos. And so, what's the name of that company again?
Eternal Assurance.
Eternal
I
Assurance
hear
Company.
they're, I hear their board.
Well,
the board of 3 that sits up top.
It's good
pretty
too. It's good to. Yeah, that's a.
I wasn't
pretty good tribunal.
I wasn't gonna call it a tribunal.
Yeah, we got that. So anyway, yeah, something happened. Wow. Well, what happened?
Are you talking about Saturday night?
Okay. So we gotta talk about this just a little bit because we're in a situation where in the Middle East it is very typical. The people who live over there have a mindset, and that is, you do something to me, I do something to you, then I have retribution, and then you have retribution, then you have retribution, and you have retribution, and I mean,
escalates.
and I mean that is was in the days of Jesus. It was 2,000 years old because Christ talked about it, and it goes even back before that. So that attitude is so old over there that's just super common. So anyway, but let's we can start with we all know that in October Hamas sent literally thousands. They cut a fence because they put a fence around the Gaza Strip, and they cut the fence. They go through and they literally brutally massacre Jewish people that on that day. I got to hear from somebody who actually had to do investigation on a particular murder scene of one of them, and I'll describe it for you, what he saw, and what the report was, that there was a pregnant Israeli woman. They literally cut her stomach open, ripped the baby out, beheaded the baby, and then executed her. So she was alive, and watched them do all that. I can't understand that kind of barbarism. That kind of barbarism is just beyond me. So anyway, is 1,200 or 1,400 Israelis were killed. People were killed. Yeah. People taken hostages. That within itself, that they still have people as hostages, tells you of their intent. Yeah. People who want to try to protect them or do anything like that. Look, you have hostages. That just shows your intent. You can't be. You're holding people hostage.
The mindset of people who are defending Hamas, you are devoid of humanity. You are devoid of any logic or any
ability for logic. I would definitely give them that.
Or empathy, or what's the other one? The empathy, or
I'm not sure.
Feeling.
Empathy or sympathy?
Sympathy, thank you.
Okay.
The empathy, the sympathy of what they are going through, and I cannot comprehend what goes through your brain to be able to say, how dare you go after Hamas and just brutally attack them, and how dare Israel defend itself?
I'll explain that, because they don't look at it as Hamas. They look at it as the Palestinian people. Israel's putting the Palestinian people under. Well, what Israel is doing is going
the Palestinian
through
people putting Israel under.
No, not the Palestinian people. Hamas's. So what Israel is doing is they went in and they went right down through the center, and they used it as a checkpoint to allow Palestinians to go past them, through them. But one by one, they're systematically eradicating, killing Hamas.
What
They will
they
go until they're
should
going to
do.
stomp them all out.
Yes.
And this is due to the brutal way that they killed their Israeli people. They were very animalistic and so forth. Actually, the execution style that Israel is using is way kinder.
I was gonna say Israel is doing it very not. I wouldn't say gentlemanlike, but I would
Well,
say
there's nothing gentle about killing people, but
no, or gentleman's war, whatever.
so
they used to say.
the
But the fact that Israel is going through and what they are doing to take care of all of them and to make sure that they are killing only those with Hamas is a greater mercy than what
it's more merciful, sure.
than what Hamas did to them.
Right. So moving on with the story, so two things within the past couple of weeks have happened as they're moving through systematically. So if you think from north to south, what Israel is doing is they have pushed through the Gaza Strip, moving from the north to the south. And Hamas has moved to south, and they get to the southern end of it, and it butts up against Egypt. And Egypt has said, no, you guys aren't coming over here. And the name of the city is called Rafah, or Rafah. And they're pushing them all the way back down into that area. So there's about 1 million people down there now, and these big, bad militants are hiding behind the people because they're going, oh, you won't come in here and you won't execute us because you're humane. You won't go through the people. So that's what human shield is. So they're using them for a human shield. Well, in the midst of all of that happening, two things occurred. Back up to the north in Palestine, in another area, Lebanon, excuse me. In that area of Lebanon. Well, let's start with this. Iran has diverted all of the military training and all of the munitions to Hamas. They get it from Iran. The Hezbollah, who is the organization that is in the north in Lebanon, all of their military training and all of their munitions come from Iran. So when these two groups are making war on Israel, that's why it's called proxies. They're really doing it for Iran. Okay. So that's so while they're down in Gaza, two things happened. The first one was back up in Lebanon, and the military person from Iran, they found that his whole team, his officers and everything were hiding out in the an adjacent building that was attached to the Iranian embassy. They found them all in one spot, and since they're the ones that are leading the war and using and coordinating Hamas and
that's the bombing in Damascus,
Hamas
right?
and Hezbollah at the same time. And so they bombed them and they killed the whole military team. Then back down in Gaza, the guy who was and this guy flies around on jets. He's treated like a king. His grandsons, who are a part of his business dealings that gets the money from other places, gets it to Iran and trades it back. It's not just him, it's three brothers, and yes, all their grandchildren were with them, but they were using their grandkids as human shields. That's the whole reason why they were traveling with them. They found them that they were going through there, and Israel made the conscious decision. These guys are the guys that are supplying and making money for Hamas. Cut that off, their money-making ability and all that, it helps to end the war. So execution style, 3 sons and a couple of grandchildren.
There was more grandchildren than there were sons.
I thought it was 3 and 3, but be that as it is, the children then were killed. Now people will say that's brutal, you killed children and that kind of thing. I totally get that.
Yeah, it is brutal, but you know what's more brutal is the indoctrination of using your own child.
They knowingly used their
your
own
own
children
child
as a
to
shield.
willingly sacrifice it to save your own
Well,
pathetic
you won't kill
hide.
us and kill our children.
Your
You
own,
won't
to
do
save
that.
your own pathetic hide.
Yeah, you're
and that is
using kids.
actually a mercy.
And that's all that their kids were good for.
And that is actually a mercy to the children. However old they were. It sounds awful, but that is an awful life to grow up into, knowing in nothing but this is all I'm good for. This is all my self-worth.
So, tit for tat, what we got going on here is then Iran. So both of those had direct connections to Iran. The one was Iranian generals. The other one, even though it was with Hamas, dealt directly with Iran.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So now Iran says, "Oh, that's it. We got to strike back." Especially because you took out our generals. Yeah, the other guys weren't ours, but they were a part of our team, but you took out our generals. So that's it. We're coming after you. Interestingly enough, 5 hours before they came, we knew it was going to take that long. So over 300 drones, rockets, ballistic, and other type of missiles were fired on to Israel. 99% were shot down. America, the fleet. Yeah. We were operating a dome over them, so America took out a large chunk. But since the dome over Israel was in layers, America had dome number 1, and then Israel had a second dome. Yeah. And between the two, only 2 rockets made it into Israel, and one landed in the middle of a desert, but they managed to injure one little girl with a rocket. So as we have this up, we've got our computers up, and I'm looking at current news, and we see that there is a response by Israel to the attacks as we are on the air at this, and I don't know what that story is, but I'm just reading the headline. So it's you bomb us, we bomb you. After you bomb you bomb us again, and it just goes back and forth.
Keeps escalating.
I would have thought geopolitically, a lot of people stood behind America. We didn't fire on Iran, but we protected Israel.
Yes.
Cost us almost $1 billion to do so.
In materials?
Yes, and the weaponry and so forth that we used. Just in interception missiles, it cost us almost $1 billion.
The technology alone and the any aircraft, anti-missile, pretty much anything is war's just expensive.
Yeah. So what cost Iran a little over $1 million in drones? Was it $1 million or $2 million, something like that in drones? It cost us almost $1 billion to protect.
Only?
Yeah, and the thing of it is the same thing about Israel and what Israel had to do to protect themselves. They spent about I think $500 million in order to protect themselves, and so things like that start getting a lot costly. A lot costly. So what you got going on is we've entered this tit for tat. But let's explain one big deal that's going on, and that is this is the first time that Iran has actually attacked Israel from Iranian land.
As as Iran.
And as Iran. Right.
Not a proxy.
Yeah, it's the first time. And so you said, well, what's the big deal about, really? It's the first time? How can you say that? Well, you got to understand, both of these countries are actually younger than the United States.
Yeah.
1948 for Israel, and I think Iran was in the 30s. So about 10 years before that. I can't remember the official date.
Let me see if I can find it.
See if you can find that.
Yeah, keep talking.
So anyway, it was released as a territory from British rule during the time of the British Empire, and so I believe both of these countries are from the 19th century, or excuse me, 20th century, and rather interesting. But they're both younger.
79.
Well, that's the current government.
Oh,
is 1979. When
okay.
was the nation of Iran? That's when they had a democratic government. 1979. And they went from a democratic government to a Muslim republic, I believe is what it's called now, which is really funny because it's actually ran as a dictatorship. The mullahs are, or excuse me, not the mullahs, but the imams are in charge.
Functioning again as a leading world power, this time amongst the neighboring Ottoman Empire, its arch rival for centuries.
Oh, that's right.
Iran has been a monarchy ruled by the emperor almost without interruption from 1501 until 1979 Iranian Revolution, when Iran officially became an Islamic republic on
Islamic Republic.
April 1st, 1979.
1979. Yeah, that's its current government. So, it's been Iran since the Ottoman Empire. Oh, man, I was wrong about that. Thank you for that correction. I didn't think it officially became Iran.
Here, you can understand that.
Oh, I know what I'm thinking of. I got it crossed with Iraq.
Okay, yeah, because that's 1958.
Yeah, that's the one I'm getting it crossed with. So, okay.
There you go, because Iran was 625 BC.
Yeah, Persians.
There you go.
They are Persians, and so now this one thing is happening, and I want to kind of bring this out just a little bit. If this scenario holds true, we have Iran. Or excuse me, we have Israel that is fighting an enemy that is to their southwest. And if they complete their objective with Hamas and totally wipe out Hamas, they will have no enemy to their south and east. Okay? That means all of their enemies will be to the north.
Yeah.
And the hostilities are going to the north, and we are watching them drive like like the Civil War in America. We saw, Sherman had his cut across Georgia through the south to the sea in order to stop that war, and it was just carnage that Sherman did. This is exactly the same thing that Israel is doing. They are starting from the north in that area, moving to the south. Absolute carnage, and the idea is to totally execute, and that is their intent, is to execute Hamas all the way through until they get the leader, and they plan an execution for him also, and that's what they would have no enemies to their south. They're in good standing with Egypt. Over to their east is Jordan. They're in good standing with Jordan. In fact, both Egypt and Jordan, for this attack that came on them, they shut down their airspace at the borders and told Israel they can have it in order to protect themselves, and gave Israel their airspace.
That's big.
So that's pretty stinking awesome.
Yeah,
really,
it
and
is.
for countries. Now,
It's
they weren't going to fight. They weren't going to go against the other
But it's
Muslims.
giving something up to help.
But by laying down their arms and saying,
Yeah.
okay, you can use our airspace
Yeah.
without us coming against you. That was pretty big.
It's a smart move with like, I'm helping, but I'm keeping myself out of it.
Yeah,
you know?
that's the view.
Look, as a country, unless you think of it completely biblically, you have you and all of the people's lives in the country that you have to look after. You can't blame them for thinking of themselves first on the level and huge scale of country.
Yeah.
That's literally the point.
So geopolitically, that is kind of what we have going on, and you may have heard or noticed that I didn't say a whole lot about it, what's right, what's wrong, all that other kinds of stuff,
Yeah.
because war is hell, and there's justice that's involved, but right and wrong, there are innocent people on both sides that are being killed because war is hell.
Yeah.
And that's what we have here. Now, here's interestingly enough, let me kick over to Bible.
Yeah.
Now, I told you that Israel is wiping out its enemy to the south.
Yep.
But it has enemies to the north.
Mm-hmm.
So I want you to keep that in mind, because in the book of one of the prophets, there is an enemy, there is a battle that starts marking the end times. And that battle is called the Battle of Gog and Magog.
Isaiah.
And it is prophesied in the book of Ezekiel.
Oh, Ezekiel.
Mm-hmm.
What Ezekiel? What?
Boy, you got me on that one.
Oh.
I didn't have that reference memorized, and I didn't have it pulled up.
Work on it.
Yeah, all you have to type in the Battle of Gog and Magog, G-O-G and M-A-G-O-G.
Yeah.
And what it says in that battle is that Israel will have its enemies to the north. Persians is one of them that is listed. It says that Israel's enemies from the north will come down and will attack will attack her. And what we are setting up now, for those of you that don't know anything about Bible prophecy or whatever, what we are setting up now, if Israel doesn't have any enemies to the south, there is actually only one place, and Jordan, her immediate to her east, is a friendly state. The only place where Israel will have enemies will be to the north, and that's where Hezbollah currently is, and actually Hezbollah is just a proxy of Iran. And you've got Iran and Turkey and Russia and those up there. That Battle of Gog and Magog specifically lists the countries that will come down on top of Israel out of the north. And because of the geopolitical thing that just happened, and looking, it sets up the possibility for the Bible prophecy to come true.
Yeah.
So what are you saying, Pastor Eric? I'm saying that you're living in Bible prophecy days.
Whew.
And you need to pay attention to the Bible prophecy. This is we're living it. When I'm not huge into Bible prophecy, but when all of a sudden I can actually see what the Bible prophecy is talking about, it's like, wow. Okay. I can see this. It's forming right in front of my eyes. So I just want to make you aware of it, that the prophet Ezekiel, somewhere around 3,000 years ago, 2,500 to 3,000 years ago, said that this scenario would be here, and that there would actually be a battle that will happen. So if you are interested, maybe go find it. There are two places in the Bible where the Battle of Gog and Magog is mentioned, and it seems like they might be actually two different battles that carry the same name, but one is in the book of Ezekiel and the other one is in the book of Revelation.
Yep.
So you can do that. You're living in extraordinary days, folks, and this is the time to make sure that your soul is right with God. These are God days, and so be God people. Well, that's what I got for you right now. We're going to take another break. We're going to lighten up the mood a little bit after all of that information, and we're going to be right back, and we're going to talk about what Kay saw on the internet. So hang in there with us. We'll be right back. Oh, American, do you have overflowing patriotism? Do you bleed red, white, and blue? Do you have so much testosterone that you could loan some to some mamby-pamby Gen Zer and still have some to spare? Well, have I got a drink for you. Introducing Liquid Freedom Coffee. Liquid Freedom Coffee is a unique blend of Arabica and Colombian coffee that is as bold as you are. In fact, Liquid Freedom Coffee is so bold that when you go to stir it, your spoon will stand as straight as a flagpole and firm enough to fly Old Glory on it. Liquid Freedom Coffee beans are roasted with old salty veterans, manly farmers and ranchers, and businessmen and women with backbones in mind. Burnt your taste buds years ago? Have problems with detecting certain flavors? No problem. Liquid Freedom Coffee will bring your tongue back to life, and as an added bonus, we guarantee enough caffeine to make your hair tingle. With American pride. So get your Liquid Freedom Coffee and drink it with a fellow patriot today. Disclaimer: Liquid Freedom Coffee is not sold in stores or online and is a figment of the CFCN imagination. Get your pound of Liquid Freedom Coffee today. Well, thank you. I've always thought about doing voiceovers. What do you think? Oh, man.
I don't know. Something like that.
Hey, you know, right. I married into the Welker family. Oh, Frank Welker.
No. We're not going to touch that.
My wife's maiden name was Welker. I married in.
Things I saw on the internet. I'm going to take control here for a minute.
All right.
So
that means I gotta look over this way, right?
Oh, TikTok is a wonderful thing, or so I've been told.
Well, so are Tiggers, but
I was gonna say I've been told. I, however, have a lot of traumatizing.
Oh, this has sound to it. I thought we were doing signs.
No, I changed my mind. It wasn't gonna work.
Oh,
They're
you did
too
that.
Small.
You did that female thing.
Sure.
You changed your mind.
No, I've been told TikTok's been is a great thing, and you can express yourself. And I see just a lot of idiots.
Oh yeah.
But
I'm totally
as well,
with this.
There is gold with crap.
All right.
And we can polish
There's
it.
gold in them dire hills.
So, straight up honest, I didn't know where to put any of these, but I really wanted to show you, and I thought it would be entertaining.
All right, let's be entertained. What do you say?
Yeah, here we
Let's
go.
do it. 100% didn't know where to put these. Okay. I like that sign. We got to keep that for something.
Oh, no, it's not loading. All right, here, we'll fix it. Come on.
The 2-week-old unrefrigerated pie. Long ways to
Ho! That's a smart kitty.
Whoo.
That's a big kitty. That
Did
big
you hear
kitty.
The audio?
Huh?
You heard the audio?
Yes.
Okay.
I heard Ways to Die. Yeah.
Oh,
that was
my word.
perfect song.
That was, that
perfect
actually,
song.
Absolutely.
And why didn't they lock their doors? Well, but I will give them this.
Dumb animals.
Who would have thunk that the cat would have known how to open the door. I get you that.
More than
I
just a
give you
pretty
that.
kitty.
Yeah, he's a big kitty.
Oh my word! Hey.
The only thing could have been worse is if that kitty would have had a mane. Of course, it would have probably been about 4 inches
I
taller.
was gonna say, I'm pretty sure that kitty would have just taken the door off instead of opened it up. It would just gone through it.
That is wild. And here's the
literally.
problem.
Literally.
Yeah, and here's the problem. Who hunts for who? The guys don't hunt for the girls.
No, the girls
Hunt for the guys,
Yeah.
right? That was
The guys are there to be big and tough, but it's
the
the
girls that
females that do everything.
do the
else.
hunting, right?
Yeah.
And that was a female that opened that door.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like she's done that a time or two. What's this? Clunk. Ooh, it's a prepackaged snack bar.
Yeah, I'm telling you. Well, I'll tell you, it was
All
hard to get that cellophane off, though.
Yeah. Anyway,
Yeah. All right.
here we go.
All right.
2024 Micro Fullcast Roll Call. As always, Little Miss.
The no me, Nate the no.
Andrew the Giant.
I'm Olivia. Pinky Shortcake.
You know, Psycho.
Ben Urkel. Micro Suave. Knee High.
Disco down, baby.
Carolina Reaver.
It's your boy Hot Rod.
Jamaican Joe.
Hot Lana.
Ivar the Bike Crew.
Jay Amazing.
Little Ozzy.
Baby Jesus.
Little
Oh,
X.
Little Show, the GOAT.
Zach Presley.
KOE, Michael Jackson.
La más hermosa, la little chola.
Micro Target. Meow. Surprise! Micro Rocker's back, baby.
Hey, they need pastimes too.
and they're just little people.
Hey, they made it a world of their own. Why not?
Were they were those the midget wrestlers?
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay, the thing I have
gosh.
to say is, for all of the actual, I'm gonna say, regular, tall, grown wrestlers, I laughed at them too. Because I think
Do you know
the
that's its own
personas-
league? Midget
Yeah,
wrestling
yes,
is its own
yes.
league.
The personas that they have given to themselves, whether it's the midget league or the regular league, I still kind of chuckle and laugh because I find it a bit silly. But the absolute comedy of midgets doing it. Oh, and they know. Oh, they know. They're milking it for all it's worth. They know.
Man. Funniest episode of Bones is Seeley.
Yeah, okay.
Seeley gets caught in a ring with midget wrestlers.
Yes, I forgot about that. It takes like three of them. They're trying to take
they're
him
trying
down.
to take him down. And I
throwing
think isn't he like 6'2" in real life?
I believe he's at least 6 foot. I
Yeah,
don't know if he's
okay.
6'2" though.
And I mean, he's really not a small guy.
No,
I mean, he's nice and broad and
Oh
whatever.
my
And in
gosh.
that, he's got one on each leg, one's on his back, and another one tries to grab his arm, and he just reaches down and
Throws them
bonks
off.
him on the top of the head. It was,
I remember that. I think you say
seriously.
something. Oh my god.
Oh man,
They-
that was funny.
they
Okay,
know.
okay,
They know.
okay. That was entertaining. Stop. Just stop. That
Moving-
wasn't entertaining.
No.
No,
It
not
wasn't
really.
entertaining. They
No.
almost fell trying to grab
No,
the
you know, so no. Here's the picture that has to go along with that. Hey, you want to see something funny? Come to the bathroom. You stop. You don't do that. You're like,
No, in
I'm
this
not.
day and age, everyone's
I'm-
going, hold on.
No, I'm not going.
I'm peaked.
I'm not. No, I'm not going. The thing that stops me
The
is when you
amount-
said, "Come to the bathroom." I want to show you
No,
something.
you said come to the bathroom.
No,
they
no,
filmed
they,
it.
no,
you said,
I'm saying,
please.
so in life, I'm just saying, you
Who
want to
said-
see something funny?
No, who says that they have somebody to say, hey, come to the bathroom?
Because you know he had to test it on somebody before. Not true, okay.
Like,
but you
no,
think
we can just
he had to
send it to
test it
someone.
on somebody before they came.
No, you're
They
thinking.
came before he posted it. So it's like, hey, honey, come to the bathroom. Or no, you want to see something funny? Come to the bathroom.
You're
going-
assuming
You're
a
no,
lot
you know,
from
no,
generation.
I'm not
What generation are you?
X.
I thought Uncle Jason was Generation X. You still together in the generation? 10 years apart?
Yes, actually, we're both still in the same generation.
Ah, crazy.
I'm at the
Okay.
beginning of Generation
Yes,
X.
he is at the beginning. Yeah, okay. Technically, Mom is, but hey, what's a year? Anyway,
Or two. No!
she's gonna punch you for that one.
Yeah, she has to listen to the show first. Okay.
Which we know she won't. Anyway, no. You're thinking like Generation X, where you don't send it to somebody, you have to be there in person. This generation, this is all digital. I'm sending it to you whether you think of it or not, and there was no consent to come to the bathroom.
I still can hear, hey, honey, you want to see something funny?
Let's
Come
assume
to the
he's married.
bathroom.
Let's
And you know,
assuming he's
and you-
married.
I'm not going to the bathroom to see this.
No, I'm good. I'm good.
Here's the other thing.
Oh, my word.
I've been hearing you practice all morning.
I'm good. I can
I'm
assume.
good. I'm good.
All right.
I'm good.
All
Okay,
right,
we
that's
got another
fine.
one?
Yeah, we got 3 more.
Okay, let's go.
No.
Yes.
Yes, can I get a large iced coffee?
Can I get a cookie?
We have cookies at home, sweetheart.
We have coffee at home.
Chocolate chip or sugar?
Sugar.
That's right.
And a sugar cookie, please.
That's right. You give in. When that logic,
She wins.
she wins. But I used to do that with you guys. I would
You bribed us to stay quiet.
No, I didn't.
Yes.
When I decided to get a treat, I bought all the rest of you a treat because that made us all partners in crime. Because
Yeah,
if
you
you
bribed
said
us
that's
to
not
stay
bribing, if you said something about me, we're all in trouble.
You got some too, but you bought it. Yeah, but you asked me. No, I didn't. Yeah,
No,
but you
ate
wanted
it, and that
You ate
means your mama's going to say, "Did you buy those kids candy?" Well, and that's fine. I never bought you guys candy.
No, you got us ice cream or
It'd be-
chocolate milk
Yeah.
or
See?
donuts.
So that's good stuff.
It's the good stuff.
That's all the good stuff.
That's the good stuff.
Yeah. All right.
No, we never asked for candy bars.
No, but there
because
was
he
a
said,
reason.
No, go get yourself a donut.
Yeah,
instead.
that's exactly right.
And pick me one
First
up while
off-
you're at it.
First off, they're cheaper than and they're better for you.
Yeah, technically.
So yeah, no, I intentionally made you guys partners in crime because it's like, don't
Well
tell on
thought
me
out.
because if you do, I got to tell on you.
We have cookies at home. We have coffee at home. What kind of cookie do you want?
Exactly,
Sugar
exactly.
or chocolate chip.
And you had to make her a partner in crime, or she.
Oh, she knows.
Oh yeah, she does.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, she
He
does.
still goes. Do you got any cash on you? No. Scrounge up when you see what you can find. Okay.
Huh? You've been in my car a few times, haven't you?
Oh, only a few.
Uh-huh. All right, next.
Can you tell me about your chocolate on your face? What happened?
A dot. Ramen noodles on my face and I washed it.
Did you wash it with chocolate?
Yep.
Okay, got the honesty in there.
I got ramen noodles on my face and I washed it. You washed it with chocolate. Yep.
All of a sudden, Mama gave her a solution,
Okay.
and she
took
ran.
it.
That's right.
Why not?
All right, now
Yeah.
Mama handed it to her.
Yeah.
Just kidding. Is this on? Because I have trouble with mics. People think a ventriloquist can make anything talk.
You hit me.
Before I go any further,
I said you hit me.
hello?
Hello?
I hear a voice.
Down here, turkey. In front of you.
The microphone?
That's Mr. Microphone to you.
You're Mr. Microphone?
You hit me. I think you broke my nose.
Right, you're a microphone. You don't have a nose.
I did before you hit me.
This is silly.
Hey! Hey!
Don't shout like that.
That's my neck.
Can I touch you here?
Do you know what that is?
No, I don't want to know. This is... No, wait. I need to raise you a little higher.
Hey, what are you doing? No, it's too high. Take it down. Take it down. You animal.
Listen, I'm a ventriloquist. There's a dummy in the trunk.
Check again.
No, I love being burned by sound equipment. Okay.
Are you going to apologize?
Or what?
Or else start again.
Start again?
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen. Hello? Hello? Testing. 1, 2, 3, 4.
You're out of sync.
I know.
Are you sorry now?
Yes.
I can't hear you.
Yes.
I can't hear you.
Uh-huh. That's not what I said.
I changed it.
Thank you. Because of you, I have a puppet suffocating in the trunk right now.
No, let me out of here right now. Let me out. You let me out or not?
I'll be right back.
That's talent.
Oh my God.
That's talent.
Yeah, like I was talking with somebody and they said, what happened to people like that?
They grew up.
Well, he was already, I was like, he was already grown up.
No, he wasn't. That was a kid the whole way. And that's what made him funny.
Yeah, and people still really enjoy it when they find people like that. And yeah, so honestly.
Now that
crazy.
was entertaining.
I loved it. Yeah.
That was very entertaining.
These are things that I saw on the internet. So there you go. I
did very good.
There you go.
All right. Well, I think that was another successful show.
I'd have to agree with you.
Well, we've come to an end here today. Thank you for being with us. And there's some good things out on the internet. So, hey, use the internet for good.
Yes.
And when you think about it, if you're a praying person, the Bible says, pray for the peace of Jerusalem. Pray for Jerusalem. Yes. Pray for the Israeli people. Yes. Pray for the Palestinian people. Please. Yes. That what's going on over there. There are innocent people caught in the crossfire.
Yes.
And pray for them. Pray for this whole world. Pray for yourself and each other. And we will catch you again next week. Thanks for being with us on the CFC network, Common Freaking Sense. And we'll catch you next time around. Bye, everybody.
Bye.